What's going on YouTube? This is Will. Thanks for watching. Sorry I haven't made a bunch of videos lately. Been doing some other stuff. But tomorrow I'm going to get the offset going. I'm going to do some pork steaks. So today, actually tonight, this is the night before, I've got a pork butt to bone in, 8.75 pounds. So I am going to open this up. I'm going to chop it into some steaks and I'm going to rub it down with some kosher salt. Small cuts like this, it's a good idea to do a dry brine or even a wet brine. But on the smoker, they might dry out. So let's see if we can help it. Okay, here we go. All right, fine looking pork butt. We've got the bone right here, money muscle right here. So I'm going to cut steaks off this way. I'm gonna hit the bone, should right about halfway. So we'll see how far we get. We'll cut it on the bone. Let's do it. A lot of good fat in there. All right, so now I'm going to run into the bone. I'm going to try to cut this in half. It's rather thick. I got the bone right on the edge here. So we'll see if we could make two steaks out of this. And there we are. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steaks to work with. There's a little bit of meat on there. I'll throw that on just to cook it. Get rid of that fat cap a little bit. All right, on to dry brining. Got my handy dandy rack here. You've seen this before. Rack goes inside, it stands up a little bit. It's gonna help keep these off the pan. It's gonna let the moisture come out. And let's get them salted up a little bit. I'm not doing any rub right now. I'll do some tomorrow. So we'll just put a little bit of kosher salt on here for now. Let it sink in, you know, give it a nice dry brine overnight. And there you have it. Dry brine mode is engaged. So when you're putting salt on here, you don't need a binder. It'll stick to the meat just fine. Salt's real sticky with meat. You don't really need to worry about the sides too much unless they're showing meat. So I like to, you know, try to hit all the pieces that are exposing meat. The fat's going to kind of insulate it. It's not going to penetrate the fat. So here we go. I'll let these sit overnight and I'll see you again in the morning. All right. Have a good evening. Well, it's the next day. Got the fire just starting outside. And I'm gonna take these pork steaks out and see what they look like. Daisy's real curious too. These are going on as well. All right, here we go. All right, so I had a bunch of salt on these guys yesterday. It's all gone. They're nice and tacky, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of rub and we're gonna go from there. So right now I've got the honey hog. You've all seen this, Meat Church. And let's go on there. I'm not adding any salt. We put a bunch of salt on there yesterday. I'm not gonna rinse them off either. I didn't put that much salt on them. And pork can take a lot of salt. All right, let's get all the sides. I've just got a little bit left, so I'm just gonna waste a little bit of it. And now we have one less bottle in the cupboard. All right, so there you have it. You can see this took on a nice little color from the dry brine. You can't really see it, but they look like they feel like they firmed up a little bit. They were in the fridge before. They're definitely a little bit firmer now. I'm gonna get that fire, get the pit warmed up, and I'll meet you outside. Man, why do you guys tell me I had a bunch of black stuff on my arm? Anyway, lump charcoal's going. Got a little bit of mesquite here. I got 3 splits, and the rest is post oak hearts. Cleaned all the ash out, looking good. We'll get this going. We'll get these ribs on. Ribs, they're pork steaks. We'll get these pork steaks on. Okay, see you in a few. Got the fire going through the lump in there. A bunch of small pieces of oak. I want this to get hot and break down and give me a nice bed of coals. This isn't going to be a long cook, but still a good habit to build a nice bed of coals. You do that best with small pieces of wood. Let them break down, and they'll become that nice bed of coals that you build everything else on. All the rest are a little bit larger. I've got some dense wood here. This is only going to be about a 3-hour cook. That might be enough. We'll see. Show you what else is going on in Central Texas. We've had a lot of wind this year. Crazy amount of wind. So we've got a lot of oaks too. So we've got post oak, live oak, red oak. We've got a bunch of different species and subspecies. So because of the wind and the way this season's gone, the live oaks are evergreens, and all the rest lose their leaves. So right now, the live oaks lose all their leaves and they create all this pollen and they're flowering and all that kind of stuff. So usually it's not too big of a deal. But this year, if you look at all this stuff on the ground, you see all that brown stuff, you'll see around the oak trees, you know, it's just covering the ground. And because of the wind, it's all heading in my pool and it's green right now. So I'll just tell you, you might not be able to see this as good as me standing here, but this tree right here is a live oak. This is not common for it to lose everything. If you look through that decomposed granite over there, it's supposed to be this color here. I'm expecting a little bit of it, but this stuff just dumped. It's a lot of people are really allergic to it. I seem to be immune. Pretty happy about that. We've also got a bunch of cedar. It's not cedar season, but look at all this. This is like a whole mat. Anyway, that's what's going on in Central Texas. It's going to be a couple more weeks till all that stuff goes away, and then we'll be back to normal. And maybe my pool won't be green. All right, put these guys on. Pit's not up to temp yet, but that's okay. There's my sausage. That's my brisket wood, so I don't have to deal with the pooling. There's these guys. Look at that color. That's from the honey hog and the dry brine. Looking pretty good. We'll see you guys in a couple hours. Temperatures aren't showing anything yet because I've had it open. Fire's raging though. So we're about up to temp. Just wanted to show you what I'm looking for with this bed of coals. Throw all the small oak on there. Let it burn hot. Gets the pit up to temp. It's burning clean that whole time, so I threw some stuff on. I let it get some of that extra smoke. It wasn't going overboard or anything. So this is a nice bed of coals. I'm about to throw a nice dense log on there, and it'll purr for, I don't know, hour and a half or so. 250. Perfect. About an hour and a half in. Fire is going pretty good. That's a mesquite over on the right. Oak, most of the rest of it. Just let it sit there. Rocking about 225 to 250. These are looking pretty good. I might turn these over. A little squirrely one. Look at these. Where's my, hold on. These are looking real nice. I'm going to go ahead and flip these just because it looks real nice. Here's our bone. Looking good. Look at that. We'll be back another hour. 2 hours in. Oh, the fire's looking real nice still. Let's take a look at our pork and jakes. Look at the colors on these. This is getting there. These guys are starting to pop. These guys are about done. Let's see how the pork steaks are going. Got my handy dandy thermopin here. Ooh, 167, 168. Ooh, nice and juicy. Or tender anyway. 160. So we're gonna go a little bit 185. 162. 165. I'm gonna let these guys go a little bit. These guys. Let's go ahead and do a pro temp on this guy. It's like a 203 on the inside. These guys are done. I'm going to pull these sausages off, and I'm going to let these guys go probably another hour. Alright. Alright, we're 3 hours in. These are looking real nice. I pulled them, put them in the pan, and I'm gonna let them sit in there for about a half hour more with some aluminum foil on top, and we'll call this done. Looking good. All right, we're 4 hours in, 3 hours under smoke, about 225 to 250 the entire time. They're probably about done after 3 hours. I put them in the pan, put a little bit of butter on them, and just let them sit in there for about 45 minutes. They've been resting for about 15 minutes, so let's take this look. So let's grab one of these and see how it looks. Oh, look at that. Can you see that? Go ahead and cut this guy in half. Take a nice slice out of him. Pretty amazing smoke ring right there. Take a quick bite. Smoke ring. Here. Just so you can see it. No. So that was with a few splits mesquite and the rest post-up. So let's try it. That dry brine's the way to go. This is gonna be good. I'll bring you guys in here for a close-up, but I'll put these in individual bags and throughout the week. I'll grab one. Probably give one or two to one of the neighbors. We'll see. Let me bring you in for a close-up. Turned out great. See that smoke ring on there? Nice grill marks. Wasn't grilling, but sure came out nice. Cool, and there you have it, pork steaks. So the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna be, well, next week I'm gonna be traveling and I'm gonna be gone for a week. So I'll throw some shorts up and stuff. I'll be with the Jeep. I'm gonna go to Moab, Utah, see what kind of trouble we can get into there. But in the meantime, enjoy the pork steaks I'm going to, and we'll see you soon.